We are activating your unique self-discovery one show at a time. The Orchard of Wisdom Self-Discovery podcasts are at your fingertips, just waiting to inspire and invite you in discovering just how awesome you really are and how to navigate through life in joy, enrichment, personal abundance, in mind, body, spirit, heart, and soul. All the people we bring you are here to serve you on your journey of life. Do enjoy our next show. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of Your Health is Your Choice, right here at selfdiscoverymedia.com. I'm your host, Sarah Troy. My guest today is Pat Little. She had quite a journey getting to where she is today. Today, it is all about health and abundance, but it came from cancer and homelessness. How can a person who has cancer become homeless? It's very, very easy, and she's going to share how it happened. Her life was quite a journey. She was a realtor for 24 years. She didn't particularly enjoy it, but she was good at it. She really does believe that while she got breast cancer, she could not work while having these treatments. And if you're not selling, and in real estate, you're not earning an income. Time went by, she ran out of money, and she got evicted from where she lived for 9 years. Prices went sky high in real estate, and of course, so did rent. She tried staying with her daughter, but she got a letter saying that with two dogs, she would be evicted. And so, quite short of it, she ended up with her dog sleeping in the car with two dogs. And after a while, she stayed with friends. And then she met this gentleman who told her about this health company opening up in Canada. And she took a look at it, ABC Prime Time Video, and really was impressed. And when it opened, she became a distributor. That was 8.5 years ago. This totally changed her life, her health, her financial well-being, and her purpose. And she's so grateful now that her purpose and her mission is here to educate people on what this is all about. Whether you are product driven or whether you're looking for a business, it's all about what you seek. And very often, we don't realize what we seek can be a tap on the shoulder and faces right at that time of need. Welcome to the show, Pat.
Well, thank you. And thank you so much for having me.
My pleasure, my pleasure. Having lived out of my car myself, I know it's not a pleasant thing to do, and you were recovering from cancer at that as well. Um, you think that you've worked hard, you've supported yourself, you've done well, and then you get hit with this whammy cancer. And then it's like, where is the support? We hear far too often people with cancer having to work while going through the recovery, and that just shouldn't be. Yet it is. But I always look at it as the old kind of cosmic 2x4, getting the cancer, you're working at a job you were good at, but you didn't particularly like, your life wasn't really going anywhere. You may
Hmm.
have had the taps on the shoulders along the way, but kind of didn't get the message. And along came cancer, homelessness, and everything else to reset you, to redirect you. And
Hmm.
indeed, that is what's happened, hasn't it?
Yes, very much so. I really think the cancer happened because I wasn't, that door needed to be closed and
Hmm.
I didn't know what to do. I was just didn't know what to do. So that I think when one door closes, I think sometimes, well, help, you need to walk through the other door and see what's out there for you
Yeah.
instead of being stuck.
Yeah. Or even seek a door in the first place.
Yeah.
So many people get stuck, they don't realize there's a door right there. And,
Yeah,
they're so busy looking down at being stuck that they're not looking up at what's in front of them.
very much so.
So
Mm.
it took the cancer and you living homeless and then kind of couch surfing,
Yeah.
with the dogs. Um, and then along came this man who just you know, uh, opened up this door to you. Clearly you had to be ready. You had to be in the right mindset to hear him.
Very much so. Hmm. Well, I was really ready. I wasn't really sure what it was all about,
Hmm.
but I knew it was health, which I've always been an advocate about health. And I just thought, well, if I don't do a change in my life, nothing's going to change.
Yeah,
It's just not going to happen.
yeah.
So, it was scary. It wasn't easy, but I'm really grateful I have took that step forward because now it's been, well, 9.5 years now since we opened and launched Canada. And now we're global, it's been quite a journey. It hasn't been easy,
Hmm.
but I'm very grateful that I took the leap of faith.
And your background in real estate, my ex-husband is still in real estate over 36 years or something like that, or 38
Wow.
years. Um, it's not an easy job. You're only earning, when you're actually working. There is no
Mhm.
holiday pay or taking time out. You've just got to make sure you've got that extra deal to cover those such
Mhm.
luxury. So all of that training as being a realtor really puts you in the right mindset to actually be at the cutting edge of a new company.
Mhm. You bet. You bet. Because real estate is not an easy
Mhm.
thing. People think all realtors make all this money and all this kind of stuff. It's not real.
Yeah, there's a lot of hard work
Yeah.
and a lot of negotiation skills and a lot of open houses and a lot of people
Hmm.
traipsing through and yeah, and it's a very cutthroat business nowadays as well.
Well, that's what I found, and that's not me. So I had a
Mm,
hard time with it, but I really didn't know what else to do with my life. I was
mm,
kind of stuck. I just didn't know what to do. You get to that point and you don't know what to do.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's until something kind of piques your interest, you're just coasting along, aren't you?
Basically, that's what it is.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And I think, people don't realize how miserable they are in a job when they're coasting along because it's always about, the rent or the mortgage has to be paid, bills have to be paid, you've got to eat. And it's like, well, until something better comes along, I'll keep on this path. But that doesn't always happen. While you're actually on that path, a new opportunity doesn't always present itself, or we don't always see it. It's
Hmm.
sometimes you really do need to have that kind of crash and burn, don't you, to
Yeah.
really see what path lays before you.
Yeah. Very so. That's so true. Very true. Yeah. You're saying exactly. Yeah. That's perfect what you're saying because that is what happens. Because you're sort of in a, well, I shouldn't say, I'll say, but I was in basically a fear mode.
Mm,
I didn't know how to go forward or just sort of went through every day like, but I wasn't passionate about what I was doing.
right.
And I think that makes a big difference too, being passionate and knowing you're doing your purpose.
Yes. I mean, people, knock purpose, but I think we're all here to find our meaningful purpose, something that we look forward to getting up in the morning doing.
Yeah.
It's not like,
Mhm.
oh God, I've got to go and do this, I've got to go and do that. No, it's something you look forward to doing because it does mean something to you. Um, and seeing how it changes people's lives. Now, obviously, real estate does. When somebody buys that
Mhm.
quote forever home, it could be really wonderful to see people moving into their first home or
Mhm.
the downsize of whatever it is. It can be very joyous, but if the heart isn't in that, it's a very short-lived benefit, isn't it, compared to
Yes.
all the other work that goes into it.
Hmm. Very much so. Hmm.
So how did you find this company? I mean, obviously it was an opportunity and you decided to seek it out.
Hmm.
And it was the right timing for you, obviously, because you saw the door and you
Hmm.
chose to
Hmm.
go through it. But what was it about it? I mean, where was your health at this point?
It wasn't very good mentally and physically because, in either way. And I was still trying to network and stuff for the real estate, but I couldn't really, my heart wasn't in it.
Mm,
So didn't, it wasn't very, I didn't have much get up and go to do it because
right.
I wasn't, I was basically burnt out.
Yes.
And I didn't know. And then when I was networking one time, I ran into the gentleman, and he's mentioned about this. I've always interested in natural health. I always have been,
Hmm.
always. So I looked at an ABC primetime investigation report that was done in 2005 with Dr. McCord, and it said about what this is all about. And I thought this looks interesting. I liked what he had to say and what the product was all about. And then also there's the business side of it.
Hmm.
And I thought to myself, okay, well, let's have a really good look at this and see what happens. And then it was talk about perfect timing because it was the same time my license was going to have to be renewed for real
Mm,
estate. I mean, it was another $2,000, which I didn't have any money. So,
hmm.
but even if I had it, I didn't want it.
Right.
It just, if you want something, you'll find a way.
Yes.
You really will. But this one, I thought, okay, I let's look at this and see what happens. And then when it opened in June 25th of 13, I said yes to being a distributor. It hasn't been an easy journey,
Hmm.
but I've been really fortunate and glad that I did do that because it's totally changed my health and also my financial well-being. So
Mm,
I'm very grateful every day for Life Advantage. It's basically saved my life.
yeah. You were obviously still recovering from the cancer, but
Mhm.
what kind of products kind of helped you? Was it having to rebuild your body again? Because cancer takes a lot out of you with the
Uh-huh.
chemotherapy and everything, and it leaves your whole immune system down, and you've got to rebuild your body. So was it
Yeah.
a case of that?
Oh, definitely. And I love the products. When I got in, we only had a bottle of Protandim and we had the skin cream, and that was it. But now we got a lot more products. So, I mean, I take the products that I got to believe in the products or I can't
Yeah,
promote them to
yeah,
anybody.
me too. Yeah.
I just can't.
Hmm.
And they do work. We've got peer-reviewed studies in PubMed.gov, which is US Library of Medicine. So it's very, very real. And then a friend of mine, she's a naturopath doctor, and she pulled my blood one day. It was a couple of years ago now. And she's, I can't believe how good and rich your blood looks.
Hmm.
I said, well, because I take Protandim.
Hmm.
So she took my blood and she put it in some machine, which I wish I would have seen. And she come out and she had my stem cells, my platelets. And she said, I just have to tell you, Pat, she says, you have blood of a 30-year-old. I'm 73 years young.
Wow. Yeah.
So I mean, it works on the cells. It's
Yeah.
not a supplement, it's not a vitamin, it activates the cells.
Right. And
Hmm.
so, in activating, this is something people don't actually understand. As we
No.
age, our cellular structure breaks down,
Yes.
right? And it just is not manufacturing the same way,
Hmm.
and it needs help. And this is the natural process of aging, but it's
Hmm.
also we put a great deal of wear and tear on our body, and also with an awful lot of chemicals that we put in our body with preservatives and this and that, etc.
Hmm.
So we're not doing our body a favor. With our lifestyles many of the time. And so our body, cell structure starts breaking down, and it can't just be rejuvenated on its own. It has to have help.
Yes, it does. Because basically, it's sad to say, but once you hit 20, it's downhill after that.
Yes.
But it's because when you hit up to 20, then your body's growing and all that kind. But after 20, things start to break down, But once you get even older, then it break down more. And your
Mm.
body does need help.
Yes.
It just won't rebuild the cells or clean the cells and all that on its own.
No,
Mhm. It's
no.
it's basically maintenance of the body. We have to maintain our health.
Yeah. We'll spend an awful lot of money on our car, or
Mm-hmm.
or makeup, or the aesthetics of our home, or the way we dress, but we forget about the vessel we're in.
Mm-hmm.
And if we don't pay attention to this vessel, it doesn't matter what you have on the outside. If the inside is suffering, nothing else counts.
Exactly. Very, very, very true. Very true. Because, we have to have our health
Hmm.
in order to serve and help other people.
Yeah.
Because if your health falls apart and you can't perform, so you really, self-care is so important because that's how we can help other people. We look
Yes.
after our own self first, and then we can help other people.
Well, the oxygenate yourself first
Mm-hmm.
principle, right? I mean,
Yep.
we want people to be abundant, health, wealth, the enjoyment of life, the love of
Mm-hmm.
life, the love of self. We want them to be absolutely abundant because when they are, they're cut runneth over,
Yes,
right?
exactly.
And
Mm-hmm.
when you're so enriched and you're so personally abundant inside and out, then you can't help but everything run over and help everyone else around you. And
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of people um, go around helping people without rejuvenating themselves. I was one of them until I was
Mm-hmm.
depleted. And so it was, oh, okay, I'm in trouble now. I've got nothing to give because I'm completely burnt out physically,
Yeah.
emotionally, in every way. And if we don't rebuild ourselves and look to the point of self love, self care is self love, folks. It's not being
Mm-hmm.
selfish, it's
No,
self
it's
care.
not. Mm-hmm.
And you have to put
Mm-hmm.
yourself first which means sometimes you have to say to your loved ones around you, I'm taking a hiatus. You're on your
Mhm.
own. I'm going to nurture and rebuild myself, mind, body, heart, spirit, and soul. Because if I don't, there will be none of me to give to anyone else.
That's so, so true. So true. But like, I think people, they always think they have to look after everybody else, but they forget about themselves.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Yeah, and I think that's just, I don't know if that's nature or what it is, but I think we just want to help other people.
Yeah.
But we really have to start at home, and that's our vessel, our body,
Yeah.
our mind, our spirit, everything that's put together with our body. Because we have an amazing vessel here.
Yes, we do. We
Yeah,
just got to give it some help. Give it
exactly.
a break.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. We got to help it. And that's not being selfish either.
No, no, it
Not
isn't.
one bit.
No. I mean,
Mm-mm.
you 24 years in real estate that you never had a passion for, kind of flapping in the wind. I'm looking at the trees outside my window right now. They're flapping in
Yeah.
an Arctic wind right now. And that is how many people are at the end of a branch just flapping, and feeling they don't belong to the trunk of the tree, And
Hmm.
there's so many people, and it's like, well, just got to make ends meet, and we forget that is not living. That is just purely surviving.
Yeah,
Living is when you truly attach yourself to something that really means something to you, that you can
exactly.
stand by, that you're excited to share with other people.
Hmm. Very much so. Very, very much so. Because it's just sharing and caring, and it people feel it.
Yeah.
Because that's what we're all about.
Yes.
We
Yeah.
really are. But we really got to look after ourselves in order to do what we want to do. And I think that's being following your purpose
Yes.
and your mission. What do you want in life? How do you want to help other people? What do you want? Your legacy, all that stuff. But it's really, I mean, I'm 73 years. I say young because I never say the OLD word. And it
And
takes
that's all an
time.
attitude too. Age is an attitude. You're the number is just a number.
Just a number, just a number. But it's just, I've come to the conclusion. I think the breast cancer really
Yeah.
turned my life around.
Mm.
In some ways, I think it sounds kind of silly, but I think it was almost a gift
Yes.
to get me out of where I was. I
And I,
do.
I, I have interviewed many a person who has had cancer, saying cancer was the catalyst to their purpose.
Yes,
And they,
exactly.
it was getting the cancer and facing, mortality, that it was like, well,
Hmm.
what are you doing with your life?
Hmm.
Where did this, they do say that cancer is 80% emotional and 20% environmental.
Hmm.
So very often people get cancer through just the emotion because of the dis-ease in the whole psyche and the body. It starts
Hmm.
breaking the body down and creates disease. And if we don't pay attention to these things, they manifest. And
They
cancer is
do.
one of the big things that it manifests into.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
if it is kind of a calling card, isn't it?
It's a big time calling card. Yes. Yeah. But you really got to listen to that calling card too.
Well, that's the whole point with cancer. You can't
Yeah.
avoid it.
No, you can't.
You've probably
You can't.
avoided everything else that was thrown at you because you didn't see it.
Yeah.
And only when you got the cancer, where you have to pay attention to it, that you began to see what else was around you.
Exactly. Very true. Very true. Yeah. It's
I call
amazing.
that the cosmic two by four.
Oh yeah. That's a good one. I'll have to
Are you
remember that one.
listening now?
Yeah. Yeah. Wake up.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
Um,
true.
we all get that wake up call, or the universe is very gentle with us. It shows us paths and it gives us signs all along. I have a program called Your View of Life, and it's a metaphorical journey. And each
Yeah.
one aspects of these journeys means something. And it's amazing of how many people are disconnected to their life, disconnected to what's around them. So they don't see the signs. And it's only when that cosmic two by four comes along where they have to pay attention to every single sign in front of them that they start
Hmm.
beginning to see other things. And it's like, we don't have to go there, folks. We
No.
could avoid that if we paid attention and we were more interactive in our own lives.
Hmm. Hmm. Well, it was perfect timing for me
Mm-hmm.
because my license was coming up. I really didn't like the real estate for me. I mean,
Yeah.
some people love it, but for
Yeah.
me, it wasn't really for me because it wasn't. I wasn't passionate about it.
Right.
I didn't feel I was really doing my purpose,
Right.
and so the timing was perfect. So I was really ready to hear something. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
know what it was, but I was very open. And
But,
I
but
think
but
I think,
daring too, though,
oh
because
yeah,
this company was brand new in one or two products, and there are so many companies out there
yeah,
that are
hmm,
launching things, and you have no idea, how it's going to work, and they come and they go, and
yes,
so
they do.
you were taking a risk.
Oh, big time. But sometimes you just got to do that leap of faith.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
really, really, really do.
Hmm.
And just hope for the best since it worked out fine for me. I mean, it hasn't been an easy journey,
Right.
but what is easy? There's not very much things that are easy, really.
And when
And
it's
then
not easy, we distrust it.
yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. So I'm very, very, very grateful every day that I just took that leap of faith. I wasn't really sure even what I was doing. I knew it was all natural health.
Yeah.
I I, I liked the video I watched, and I thought that was good. And that was in 2013. We opened Canada, but we were already open in the States in 2009. But now we're global. So it's been quite a journey, an interesting journey, watching how it grows and the products and what we get and different new
Mm,
stuff, and we've got this liquid collagen now that's like liquid gold,
mm,
and so it's been great, because I love what I do, and I really feel I have things for people like with their health and also their financial well-being.
yes.
People need help out there.
Oh gosh, they do. Before we go to the finance side of it, I still want to hit some more of the medical enhancement, because we can never say cure, but we say
Yeah,
enhancement.
yeah,
Um,
exactly.
and that there is so much science around things today. Like if you look 1,000 years, many cultures were already using ingredients for
Hmm,
health and rejuvenation and longevity and everything else. And, then we went to the physician way of things, which then became so reliant on the doctor and the limitations of what the doctor knew. And we turned our
hmm,
backs on the biotonical and other mediums that have been around for hundreds of thousands of years. But in
hmm,
the last 20, 30 years, we start seeing a change where companies have looked at, what grows, as they say, for every disease, there's a cure a few feet away, and they've looked at all these wonderful things and looked at the historical benefits of it, really done the research on it, and really been able to actually look at the missing link. Because,
yeah,
physicians like to repair us, but they're not all about sustaining our health, right?
exactly.
So
Hmm,
we have to look to that sustainability ourselves, not
hmm,
wait for things to break down. We put oil in
hmm,
our car, we
hmm,
make sure it has a service. All right.
hmm,
We on our computers, we make sure we don't have viruses, or we clean the computer up, and the same with our phone. We
hmm,
do all of those things. So we've got to do the same with ourselves, and like realize, as you said, as we get older, things start depleting because that's the nature of things. But it
oh,
doesn't
sure.
have to. If we put the right ingredients in our body, we can stay
Hmm,
optimized for a very, very long time. So we're at a really great era in our life where there's so much science that have gone into products that really do benefit us. There's that none of us have to go, gracefully into the age. We don't have to.
I don't want to. I'm not going to.
Right.
No,
Right.
no.
So, we don't have to. There are products there. You mean, how many movies have been made on immortality, and we can live. We're meant to live to 150, 200 years. That's what the body was originally designed for.
Hmm,
Um, but now with all of these kind of products around, we can see that what you do with your life is still up to you, but that
yeah,
ability to live longer so we can do more
exactly.
is there, right?
You bet. And help the world be a better place.
Yes.
You know, I really believe that really strongly in my heart, big time.
Hmm.
Because the better we can serve and help other people and what their needs are too, it just helps everybody else. It just like a
Yeah,
ripple effect.
it is.
Is
Yes.
it,
Again, your
yeah,
abundance cup runneth over, right?
yeah, exactly. Exactly. So I love what I do and I'm very passionate and very, very grateful,
Right,
you
right.
know.
What was the
Mhm.
product that turned your health around?
Well, the Britannia for one, that's our
What is
flagship
that?
product. It's a Britannia. What it is, it's five natural plants that's been put together, but you could take them not separately, it's not gonna do nothing. It's a synergy in
Mm,
how they've been put together. And what it does is works on the cell level. We're an activating company. We
mm,
activate the body with activation.
mm.
So what that does is basically, and with that report, it proves that Protandim can uh, decrease oxidative stress.
Yes.
And stress.
Hold on, love. Wait a moment. We have a little bit of a pause. I've lost your volume there. Hold on, folks. We'll be right back. Okay, folks, we had a little internet interruptus there, and you were telling us with its synergy what it does.
Yes. And what it does is basically decreases oxidative stress, which we want,
Hmm.
because it's helping the body, it cleanses the body. So we want to reduce the oxidative percent, and it's been proved it decreases by 40% in 30 days. And so that just helping the body work and function better. Like you're saying with the car with the oil change.
Hmm.
If you don't do an oil change, your car is going to break down the side of the
Yeah,
road.
exactly.
Well, I don't want to break down the side of the road.
No.
So, no. So that's what it does. And we've got other products too. Like we've got NRF1, which is the mitochondrion. We've got NAD, which is like uh, I'm not very medical, but it's like a garbage can that goes around, picks up all the garbage.
I call it a Pac-Man.
It is, Pac-Man.
Yeah.
That's a good name for it. I like that. It's the Pac-Man that goes around. So it's just helping cleanse the body and so it can function and work better. Because that's what we need to do. We need to make it work, function better. Just like a car with oil change and tune-up.
Yeah.
All that, it's the same thing. But because our body is our vessel and we
Yes.
really have to look after it.
Mm. That what people don't realize is that, when we talk about a bad apple in the barrel, leave it
Yeah.
there long enough, it will contaminate the barrel. Well, that's the same with a bad cell. And when a cell
It's
starts breaking down, it starts affecting the other cells around it. And
mm-hmm,
then, next thing you know, the whole cellular structure is in trouble. Well, if you've got that Pac-Man going off and eating the bad cells,
mm-hmm,
right? And then something else is backing it up and rejuvenating the cells,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
right? So you've got one eating the bad and the other
Yeah.
rejuvenating. So they're
Mm-hmm.
working in synergy together. And as you talked about five plants, this is so much what people don't understand. It's a simple thing like turmeric, wonderful anti-inflammatory,
Oh,
but you've
sure.
got to have black pepper with your turmeric to release the turmeric into the body,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
right? So
mm-hmm.
you always have to look at it as what is complementary to the something else, because when they work together in a synergy, then they're powerful. On their own, they haven't got anywhere near as much power.
Well, not
So
at all.
so putting the five together, that means,
Mm-hmm.
like locking your fingers and then
Yeah,
pulling.
exactly.
Look at the
Mm-hmm.
strength that you have, right? So it's a good stew. It isn't
It
made
is
out of
a
one
really good stew.
ingredient, right?
Yeah, really good stew. Yeah.
And nourishing the body. And, our bodies break down through wear and tear. Our body, I mean, stress is the number one disease because it starts breaking down the body in so many ways, either cancer or breakdowns, depression.
Mm-hmm.
The body starts getting dis-ease and disease. So and then so many people are so stressed today. So
Yeah.
if you can optimize your body where your body is actually being healthy and rejuvenating, it's actually going to reduce your stress,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You bet.
because our
Yeah.
body, when it's stressed out, is going to let us know. And then we become stressed out over our body being stressed out.
Oh, yes, it's very much so. And it just bad cycle.
Yeah,
It's not good. It's
no,
not
and I
good.
have to break that cycle.
Mm-hmm.
First cycle is realizing where you are and that you're not happy and you need change,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Second one is taking that leap of faith, which is your first step to walking towards investigation of what else is out there.
Exactly. Because to me, if you don't know, I'm very open-minded anyway. I've always have been. Because how can you make a proper decision about anything if you don't get the facts of what's going on?
Right.
Instead of saying, I'm not interested. Well, how are you not interested if you don't know what you're not interested in?
Exactly.
So
Yes.
but if it's not for somebody, that's fine. But
Hmm.
see what it's all about. And
Yeah.
if it's something that you think is going to work for you with your health and also your financial well-being, well, let's see what we can do to help you.
Yeah. Well, let's look at the finances now because this is an MLM,
Yes, it is.
multi-level
Mhm.
marketing, folks.
Multi-level marketing, you bet.
Now, multi-level marketing, some companies have been around for eons and they're really, really good. And
Hmm.
some companies were just fly by night. They gave
Yes.
they gave multi-level marketing a bad rap because they've come in, hoo-ha, hoo-ha.
Hmm.
The top echelon would make the money and then they would move on to something else and everything would collapse, leaving everybody else kind of picking up the dust. So as with every company, there's always the people that, put a bad rap on something, but multi-level marketing when done right is just meaning that you are kind of part of the franchise. You are
Hmm.
working for yourself
Yes.
under the label of this franchise, and you can put an ounce in or a yard in. It's up to you, isn't it?
Yeah, you bet. You bet. And it's sad because, like we were saying with different companies and stuff, because some people they think they're going to come in and make $1 million in a month because they've been told that.
Yes.
And then, of course, they don't. And they think, "Oh, okay, this is a bad thing."
Mhm.
And so I think that's what gives people, because people shouldn't do that. It's not right.
No, it isn't.
It's
No,
not a
and
right
how
thing
do
to
they
do.
make 1 million a month? Generally, because they're scamming others. So, when you hear
Yeah, well,
that, it's a
that's the
buyer beware.
big, yeah, big red flag,
Yeah.
big red flag. Like with our company with Life Vantage, we're publicly traded too,
Hmm.
which I love that, and we're in the NASDAQ. So everything they say and do, we know what's going on.
Hmm.
Like private companies, they can pull a rug out of your feet anytime they want, and they're gone.
Yeah.
So publicly traded is really, and we're I think number one now in DSA, which is Direct Sellers Association. So we're very credible, and that's means a lot too. And so credible, we had Erin Brockovich join our board.
Mm.
She sits on our board, and she's just an amazing woman. And I just loved it because her mission is in alignment with ours.
Yes. No
And she's
chemicals.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And so when she sat back for a while before she joined our board, because she wanted to make sure, because she's
Mm.
not going to jump into anybody's board
Right.
if it's not in alignment with her. And that's strong to
Mm.
me.
Yeah.
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 Hmm.
When somebody puts that, and you know what she stands for. If people don't know who Erin Brockovich is, she brought awareness to water contamination that a
Yes.
company was doing, and she went up against the giants.
Yes, she
And
did.
she was just, an ordinary woman, no scientist, nothing like that at all. But
No.
she just got really irate and angry about what was going on and pulled in another lawyer, and together they brought that
Hmm.
company down and made them accountable. And so for her purpose in life is to make sure people don't get away with chemicalizing people that is
Yes,
going to give them
exactly.
harm. So she won't stand by something that doesn't benefit you, because her entire platform is about making sure that we're
Yes.
not being cheated. So that's a good
Hmm.
endorsement there. Now,
Hmm.
some people just may want to make enough money just to simply buy their own products, and that's perfectly okay because
Oh, sure.
there's so many different levels, right? Is again,
Yep.
it's what you want to put into it. You may just want to purchase the products and not do any selling whatsoever. But then
Oh, sure.
when people start seeing how well you look, and when they see you with more energy and they start seeing you not being able to shut up about it, it's like
Yeah.
when Harry met Sally, I want some of that. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So sometimes the proof is in your pudding. When people see the difference in you, they want to know what you're doing. And then you may just find it's easy, to get people on board and try for themselves because they see the results in you. So for
Hmm.
me, from my side of the thing, it's always use the product, be the product before you try
Hmm.
and sell the product, because then the
Hmm.
product will sell itself,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
So some people are born salespeople and they can do it, but other people maybe not. But you can still sell that product or sign other people up to try the product themselves based on how you are. Because when they see the
Exactly.
difference, they want to know.
Hmm. 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 Like with me, it was a perfect for me to join right at the time I was. It was perfect. So I needed something different. I needed money. I needed health. I needed it all. So
Yes,
it really, it all depends what people want in their life.
right.
And sometimes they could come in and make a couple of hundred, 300 or $500 a month. That could save their home or their
Yes,
car from being repossessed.
right. Or
You know,
food on the table nowadays. Yeah,
that
yeah,
too, because people need food on the table.
yeah,
So it's just whatever your needs are and what you want. You can grow this as big as you want.
right,
There's no ceiling and there's no such thing as the guy at the top makes all the money.
right,
It all
right,
depends how much you put into it and how much you benefit from it. And
right.
that's how much you benefit from it is how much more you help and serve other people.
Exactly. You know,
Mhm.
I'm not about going up to the ivory tower. I'm about going around, hands around,
Yeah,
creating the circle because I think the circle is a damn sight stronger than the tower.
it is. It is
Right.
big time.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And you know, when you know it's knowing that hell, I feel good, right? And
Hmm.
I want other people to feel like this. And then
Hmm.
giving that opportunity, you know, everybody has free will. I do remember one network meeting. I had a friend who was a network junkie, and he would cart me
Yeah.
off to these next new thing. And I
Hmm.
remember a guy getting on the stage saying, "You've got to get everybody signed up." He said, "I knock on people's doors, I invite myself in, and I don't leave until they sign up." I thought,
Oh
"Oh my
boy,
God,
you wouldn't be getting in my door.
I would call the police."
Oh, that's terrible. That's the stuff that gives
Ex
MLM a bad name.
exactly,
Mhm.
exactly. And that it's like intrusion.
No,
No,
you don't do that. You don't
it,
do
you know,
that.
inspiration begets invitation. If you can't inspire them, then you're not going to invite them. But you certainly, the moment you start pushing people, and this is why so many MLMs, even if they had a good product, die, is
Yeah,
because you do have those people that are push, 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 and you've got the other people that aren't pushers. They maybe are more, let's plant the seeds, let water them, and let's let it grow instead
yeah.
of, you know, tugging on them before their time. And let's do it by inspiration rather
Hmm.
than, you know, dictation.
Hmm.
And so,
Exactly.
you know, if you've got a company that is about take your time, which way do you want to go? Whichever way you want to go will nurture you.
Yeah. It's up to the person what they want.
Yeah.
It really is what they decide which is best for them or whatever.
So how
It
does it
just
work in on the, I mean, because multi-level marketing is you sign up so many people, they sign up so many people. Is it different format?
ours is a binary, but it's all they're all different compensation plans. But I really like ours. But I'm a little bit prejudiced
Yeah.
too. Yeah. So it's very, very fair and a very good compensation plan that LifeVantage has put together. It really, really is. They pay out in so many different levels and stuff because they're paying out for production too. So they're
Mm,
helping other people so you can help more people.
right.
And then once you hit Pro 7, which nobody knows what it is, then that's getting global shares in the world. And that's just one of the compensation plan
Mm,
of it. So it's a very like this is really the first network marketing company I've really been with.
mm.
So I know there's all different plans and stuff, but I know what our plan is, and it really, really works.
No, as I said, I've been a part of them, and I mean, I literally got hives with one of them because it was, you know,
Oh
buy low,
no.
sell high, and everything was so rah-rah, and it was just I looked at the product and I thought, this is crap. I can't put my name to this, you know, and I was with another company that did actually through their product save my life, say turned my health around
Yeah,
completely, and those products just, you know, my whole family, I mean, just put us on the right path. And
yeah,
then they got taken over by another company that's doing very, very well, but I just didn't continue on with them because I had other things going on in my life. But
yeah,
it's when you get that company that you know they're putting the money in the product, they're putting the money in the research. And
yes.
instead of going through Walmart or um, some of the big stores and things like this and marking it up to an exorbitant price, which then puts it out of reach of most people. They're
Mm-hmm.
just doing direct sales, as you
It's
said,
a it's a direct sales. That's exactly what it is.
and everybody can be the salesperson. So instead of
Mm-hmm.
in a shop, right, you are the
Mm-hmm.
direct salesperson. They're cutting out the middle, the really the big retailer. You are the retailer, right? So,
Yes, exactly.
and it's just that opportunity. We talk about working from home. COVID has put so many people working from home, and it's something that you could do even while you're doing something else.
Oh, definitely.
On the side there, and you're
Mm-hmm.
working at home anyway, right? But
Mm-hmm.
my advice to anybody is you can't sell anything if you're not taking it.
No, I believe you got to be a product of the product.
Yes, I
I
agree.
really, really believe that.
You don't have to be
And you
using
do
all
because
of the products. It could be
you
just
gotta,
one. Yeah.
yeah, because how can you promote whatever?
Yes.
Well, some people do, but
But
it's just,
it's
I
fake.
just,
Yeah.
it's not what I do,
No. No,
you
it's
know?
not authentic. You may not use everything, but you are the testimony,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right? And so if you
Mm-hmm.
are the testament, the other thing is that I would give advice to anybody who's wanting to get into sales, especially like this. You may be gone home over the product and you can share what the product did to you or did for you.
Yes.
But make sure you are allowing the other person to speak to what their need is, to speak to what their issue is,
Mm-hmm.
and then say, I've got a product that can help you with that.
Yeah.
Don't push a product. You can testimony your product that's made your difference in your life, but now ask them, what obstacles or what challenges are you facing in your health? Let them
Yeah.
speak. The worst thing is having somebody ram something down your throat and they can't identify with it because it's not the product that they need,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Mm-hmm.
So if
Very
you're
much
going to do
so.
this, you can ring the bells. I've been using this. It's doing this for me. They've got great products. Didn't you tell me you have these headaches or you have this or you have that? Let the person speak and then say, I've got this that could help you. Or you know what? I'm going to go back to the company and see what would best serve you.
Exactly. If you don't, like, if I don't know myself, like I've been around for 9.5 years, so I, I'm pretty savvy with what's going
Yeah,
on, but still, there is some things that I might not know. I don't
right,
know everything.
right.
Who does know everything?
Oh, even the top company, the one
Yeah.
scientist will know this, one person will know that. It's only when they put the heads together, that
Hmm.
it then
Hmm.
becomes a bigger knowledge. So yes, it's don't be afraid to ask, right?
No, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, it's so true. And you really have to, with whatever you're doing, is listen.
Yeah,
That's why God gave us two ears and one mouth. And people need to listen more to
yeah,
what the people need, because that way you can help them better.
yeah,
You know, if
yes,
you have a little bit more and ask a few questions,
yeah,
so maybe it helps them bring this out of what they really need.
yeah.
You know,
And sometimes they
like
don't realize where they're at, like you.
they don't, they
You
don't.
you you knew your life wasn't happy. You didn't know where you were at, and that cancer was like, well, you're not paying attention to the signs. Here you are. Some people could I just don't know. I
Yeah,
just feel blah. I just feel this. I don't know. I can't pinpoint what's wrong.
it's
Right?
true because I've been there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I really relate to any well, not any every but most circumstances, because I've been way down low,
Yeah.
homeless and everything, to come out to where I am now.
Yeah.
So I feel I have a lot of empathy for people to try to help them
Yes.
in whatever way I can.
Relatability.
Yeah, exactly. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, because that's what I think we're really all meant to be here in this
Yes.
world.
Of course. We've all
I
got a
really
reason. We're
believe
all here
that.
to be serving one another. And
Yeah,
we're all a beautiful instrument ready to play for that orchestra. We just got to find
you
our
bet.
orchestra. Yeah.
But we can all work together to make the world so much a better place.
If
If
we'd
we
all
just
come
work
together.
together,
Yes. Yeah.
come together.
Yeah.
It's true.
And it's not all about, like, we've all got to come together over the one dish. We can have a fantastic smokers board, potluck party
Oh, I
where
love
everybody brings their
smorgasbords. It's
ingredients.
perfect.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It would be very blah if everybody was exactly the same. That is not one. This is why we were made so diversely. is
Yeah.
because we are all this beautiful ingredient and spice of life. And it is just how do we mix them together, just like the formula, to build
Hmm.
the strength. And if we come together in all our different, diversities and put ourselves together, look at the strength that we can build together.
Oh, it'd be amazing. It would be just absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And that's what we're supposed to do.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
what we're here for.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
We
I
are.
really,
But, we've got to, one of the things that we have to do, and sorry, folks, and not everybody wants to hear this, is that we have to take ownership over our own choices.
uh-huh.
We have to take responsibility for our own journey. What's happening around you, you may not like. What happened to you, you may not like. But when you change it around to, well, let's look what happened for me. Where
Hmm.
did I gain my strength, my courage,
Hmm.
my abilities, my purpose, my passion? It was because I was willing to participate in my life, willing to take the journey, willing to go through what I had to go through to discover how awesome I really am, how flawsome I
Hmm.
really am, what my meaningful purpose is, which is my passion and my
Yeah.
abundance. But we don't get there without the willingness to participate in our own lives, mind, health, body, spirit, soul, and go through the process to become. There is no
Hmm.
quick fix.
There is no quick fix at all. No, not at all. No.
But we can
But
get there
I,
quicker. We don't have to get the cancer, though. We can get there before the cancer.
yeah, exactly. But I'm grateful that he got cancer because I
Yeah,
wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that.
right, exactly. It was your
I mean,
redirect.
it was because I really wasn't happy doing what I was doing,
Right,
and I didn't know what else to do.
right. You were on the
So,
treadmill.
yeah, that's about all it was.
Yeah. And so
It
many
wasn't.
people
I
are.
mean, yeah, yeah, because I think lots of times you're stuck in the fear thing. The fear comes in the way,
Yeah,
and you're stuck because you're afraid. You're afraid to go forward. You're afraid to go backwards. You're afraid to do anything.
yeah.
So you stay stuck in one place,
Mm.
and it's not a great place to be because it causes a lot of stress for
Yes.
for yourself. Yeah, it does. It really does.
What
Hmm.
is fear? It's unknown. We're
It
afraid of the
is.
unknown. Well, when you're
Hmm.
willing to investigate, the unknown becomes known.
Yeah.
And then you know whether you should be fearful or not. Why are we being fearful of something that we don't know anything about?
Oh, it's so true. I mean, I've been there lots, so
Yeah.
I've been so. Even now, every once in a while, I do get in fear sometimes
Hmm.
and feel and kind of worry, but I know that it's not the place to be.
Right.
And it's easier for me to get out of it now than I used to
Yes. Because
because
you
I
have the
didn't know how to
skills
get
now,
out of
right? The
it before.
mindset, you know what to do. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. 'Cause I didn't know how. I didn't know
Right.
the how.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah. I
Hmm.
mean, when I started this 10.5 years ago, podcasting, when I was first asked to do a podcast, to have my own show on this network, I didn't even know what a podcast was. I
Hmm.
had no idea if I could do it. The first show I did was a Monty Python sketch. I pressed all the wrong buttons and it was live. And I did live for 13 months and it was an incredible training ground because things went wrong all the time.
Yeah.
But it became that hook of passion of so many beautiful people's stories of courage, of strength, of abilities, of
Hmm.
self-discovery that in the 3,000 shows in 10.5 years that I've been doing this, I couldn't imagine doing anything else now.
Hmm.
This is it because the impact of somebody's redirect, that inspiration that begets that invitation for someone else out there that's on that journey of
Yeah.
self-discovery is
Hmm.
absolutely illuminating.
It
And we're
is. You
we're all
help
looking
them.
for the
You help
what,
them
the
a lot.
how, the where, right?
Yeah. Grab them by the hand and just
Yeah.
say, "Oh, let's walk together."
And
And that's it.
when somebody's heard, like she had cancer, she ended up in the car homeless, and you were in your 60s when this happened,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah,
it
I was in
was.
my 50s when I was homeless, so you beat me there. But
Yeah.
and most people look at it and go, but oh God, in her 60s? Oh God, I couldn't imagine. But look where you are now,
Hmm.
because you were willing to open up other doors.
Very true.
So, it
Very
doesn't
true.
matter what time or what date or what age or anything happens to us. It's how willing are we to stand up and say to Mr. Murphy, no, thank you. There's that door. You can go through that. I'm going to investigate these doors and see which door's for me.
Yeah,
That's the
exactly.
courage that we need.
It's true. Get the information
Yeah.
and see if it fits for you.
Yes.
If it doesn't, go to
You
the
were
next
you were
door.
lucky that you found it straight away, right?
Very much so.
Right. And not everybody does find it straight away, but don't be discouraged because you don't, because every single door you open, I promise you, is giving you the right ingredient for that
Uh-huh.
final door.
Very much so. Very like I feel you're just learning
Yes,
all the time.
all the time.
I don't like the word failure. I think it
No.
should be taken out of the language. It's not right.
Yeah.
Nobody's doing that. We're just learning.
Well,
We're
failure
learning
is
to
when we
go
give
forward.
up and decide we're not going to do anything. That is for me is failure.
Exactly.
Falling
Yeah.
on your backside and having to get up 100 times, that is just lessons learned,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
You know how to pat your bum.
Always be learning. Yeah,
Put
that's so
springs in it so
true.
you get back up quicker.
Yeah, it helps you get up faster.
We're
Yeah.
all going to fall. We're all going to make mistakes. We're all going
Mm-hmm.
to make choices that we thought at the time were it and it turns out not to be. But if we look at it, it was all part of the lesson,
Mm-hmm.
even the bad
Mm-hmm.
lessons. Even it was just like hell, I shouldn't go down that road.
Yeah. But you learn from that and then you take the next path.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the
Mm-hmm.
excitement of life. You're 73, I'm 68. Hell, I want to know there's many more doors to open.
Oh, there's
Yeah,
lots of doors up there. Just keep going.
exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
This, I'm just going to stay here now. I don't need to open up any more doors when you're not living. Life is
No.
about exploration, about wonderment.
Mm-hmm.
You have a different customer or client every day, and although you may have a certain structure or routine that you use, it's going to be different with every person you speak to.
Oh, definitely.
And like with me with podcasting, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
always going to be somebody different, and that's what makes it exciting. Find something that excites you.
Exactly. Exactly. That's what we need.
Mm,
When you're excited about something, I think you're really in your purpose and your passion.
yes,
And
and
I
you're
think that's what
authentic.
helps us. Yes, yes, yes. And I think that what helps us go forward more.
Yeah. And the
Yeah.
fact that, you're doing this where you're helping people make that extra money or change their career altogether,
Yeah.
but you're doing it with products that have been proven in your own life, in your own existence, to
Mm-hmm.
change your cellular structure and change your health, which has changed your entire mindset, changed your entire chemistry, brain and body, to put you on this path to have the energy to do what you're doing now, right? So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it's um it's again the two hands meeting and locking, right? Good
Yeah,
product,
exactly.
uh, good opportunity to make money from the product, whether you just
Mm-hmm.
want good health or there isn't just making money without using it. No, but if you just
I
want to
don't
use
think
the
so.
no, no, I don't think that's authentic. But
Mm-mm.
the just using the product and wanting to your cell structures, folks, break down. That's just
Oh,
the way
they
the
sure
body's
do.
designed. But they don't
Mm-hmm.
have to, not if you put the right ingredients in there to plump them right back up. Nice
Yeah.
big grape size cell. There's millions of cells in our body. And we want them
Oh
all
boy.
plump and juicy, not breaking down. Right. So that
Mm-hmm.
seems to be almost the first product anybody should go on.
Well, you bet. And then we've just launched it 3 months ago now, our liquid collagen that you see on my background.
Hmm.
That is just like liquid gold. I know there is collagen out there, but all collagen is not made the same at
No,
all.
no.
And ours is an activator. Like all of our products are activation. We're an activation company.
Right. So
And this stuff here,
it's not a supplement. It is activating what's already in the body to
yeah, it's
produce.
activating.
Yeah.
Like it activates, replenishes, and maintains the collagen.
Mm,
It's wonderful. And we were so we were sold so much of it. We were in back orders because we couldn't keep up with production,
hmm.
which is a good thing.
Yeah.
It's a really good thing. But the testimonials we're getting them back from people and stuff is just makes your heart feel good.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And again, collagen is one of those things that as we get older, it breaks down. You
Oh,
know,
sure
you
it does.
you see, all these famous people and Kardashians having collagen shots all the time. Well, if it's that fake stuff, the body rejects it. But when it's something that again has been um, complemented with something else in the delivery, in other words, it's activating your own collagen rather
Yes, it
than
does.
replacing it,
Hmm.
right? Because if you're just injecting it into yourself, your body looks at it as a foreign object and will get rid of it. But when you're activating your own cells and your own collagen in your body, it just looks at it as an energizer.
It is very much so. I just love this product. It's just amazing. And it just it's so good to, well, I knew it was good, but it's so with all the testimonials and the pictures and everything we're getting back from everybody, they're so happy with this product. And that's what we're all about.
Right. Well, I mean, your testimony alone, if only you just told everybody your testimony of your blood tests, and
Yeah.
then your blood test is, of a 30-year-old, right?
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
that alone, right?
Yeah. I thought, wow.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I knew it from our peer-reviewed studies. I knew that. But when it was my own blood, it was kind of neat.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I already believed, but
Yes.
it was just,
But
I thought, wow,
there's the proof. There's the
yeah.
proof. Yeah.
Hmm.
And that's we all need to have that verification now and again, and then getting something like that, like, this is why
Uh-huh.
I believe in it. This is why I believe in it.
Yeah.
Here's the proof. I had cancer, right? I was dying, and here I am now with 30-year-old's blood system at
Hmm. Hmm.
73,
Yeah,
right?
you bet. You bet.
Yeah, and who knows what the collagen is doing for you too.
Well, it's in you. I always thought collagen was because I didn't know much about it before, was for the skin and nails and hair and that kind of
Yeah.
thing, more or less. Oh, you see, but no, it's activation again for your body inside, like for your gut, your
Mm,
tendons, your bones, everything. So it's basically the glue that holds ourselves together.
yeah.
Pretty cool. It's pretty neat stuff. I just love it.
So one, the glue that holds us together, and the other one, the cellular structure that keeps it all plump and juicy.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
But
Well, they all work
they've gone
together.
into makeup, or they've gone into skincare as well.
We've got skincare, but we don't have makeup.
Right. So skincare,
Mhm.
again, I would, as you say, activation would
It's
be in activating the cellular structure of the skin and the
yes,
elasticity of the skin.
yes, yeah, yeah. We've got four products now. We've got the cleanser and the perfecting lotion and the serum for your eyes, and then the cream. And it because all of our stuff's activation,
Right.
NRF2 activation. And then we also got hair products, the
Hmm.
shampoo and the cream rinse and the serum. Yeah, so but we don't have makeup. We're more into health.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
And I've got daughters that are turning 34 and 40, and I've always said to them, look, I've been creaming my skin, partly because I had dry skin, had eczema, but I've been creaming my skin since 14.
yeah,
And yeah, I've got jowls, 68, the old jowls that don't have wrinkles
yeah.
yet. And that, I do contribute because I have always, made sure that I have lubricated my skin and what I've put in on it. But yeah, I'm at that stage where I think I need some cellular structure.
Mhm,
Most
yeah,
certainly.
exactly.
The body is beginning to feel it, especially when I'm
Mhm.
chasing a 19-month-old around, my grandson,
Your
with another one
grandson,
on the
yes.
way. So I
Oh, have
definitely
you?
need some help. Yeah.
Nice.
Yes. So by next year, there will be two of them. And so grandma's going to need some help here for
Yeah,
sure.
exactly.
And I think, this
Oh,
is, a lot of people will then look at the cost things and think, I can't afford it. And I'm like, okay, look at it this way.
yeah.
You don't deny yourself good food because you know how important it is to your body. Look at this as food for your body,
Hmm.
right? This
Hmm.
is
Yeah.
all these nutrients and all these things, but this, what it does, it works with your body to rejuvenate. It works with the body to renew. No amount of food that you're going to take is going to do that. If you've eaten
No.
healthy your entire life, then your body is going to be more optimized. but you are needing help. So what you need to look at this as, it is food, food for the body,
It is. Yeah, it is. Mm-hmm.
more so than any food that you will intake. And,
Mm-hmm.
I take supplements, things like this, but we also got to remember that some supplements just pee right out.
Yeah, they
Not
sure
not
do.
all of them are greatly absorbed. So,
Mm-hmm.
there's something, again, the liquid form of things is wonderful because the absorption is so much better.
Yeah, well, like with our liquid collagen, it's liquid.
Yeah.
And it tastes so good too. I wish there was more in a bottle because I really, really like it. Yeah. But
And that's also
yeah,
another factor when you come to liquid. You've got some people put things out like the Buckleys. You're, ugh.
yeah, I know. Yeah, yeah.
Adding the
It's
taste naturally is important. Well,
you bet.
so now if somebody is interested in just, wanting to inquire, I want to know more about the product. So I have this problem, will it help? Or I'm interested in the business side of it. How did they get hold of you? And what would be the first steps that you would help them with?
I'd love to get together with a one-on-one with them if they want. And just if they want information, I'm here for anybody.
Right.
And I'll just listen and see what they want, see if I can help them whichever way they works for them. And I guess, it's my email for instance, it's patlittle555 at gmail.com. And I'll give you my phone number too if you like. It's 604-803-1778. And so, I mean, just get in touch with me and I'm more than willing to sit and Zoom meetings are great because that's
Right.
I like seeing somebody when I'm so used to Zoom meetings now. Even talking on the phone, you can't see the person.
Yeah, I
It,
know. It's
it,
nice. It's more
it's
interactive. Yeah.
it's more interactive
Yeah.
and you feel closer to the person.
Yes.
Mhm.
And the company is Life Vantage, so
Yes.
people could also get you at https dot dot slash slash patlittle.lifevantage.com. That will take
Mhm.
them straight to Life Vantage products through you.
Yes.
But yes, give her a call or set up a meeting because that's important. Just to You want to know that you're working with somebody that cares for a start, somebody
Mhm.
that's actually listening to what's going on, somebody who will actually know, which product is the one to start you off with concerning with what you have. And
Mhm.
and maybe within your budget range, how can you work it out with your budget range, or how can you start off with maybe becoming, distributor or a direct salesperson, and just be willing to open up that door and
Yeah.
investigate. Have that
Mhm.
chat with you, but first and foremost, understand how important it is that you actually really do rejuvenate your own body. Because if you're not rejuvenating your own body, it doesn't matter how much money you've got or what you're in. None of that is going to buy your health unless you put that health into something that is going to rejuvenate you.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, very much. You really have to have your health.
Your health is your
'Cause
wealth.
yeah, it is. You
It is.
have to have your health. Otherwise, you can't do what you want to do in the rest of this world.
No,
You can't help other people if you lose your health.
exactly. We've seen this over and over again.
Yeah.
Billionaires suddenly, all broken down because they, lived an opulent life and it caught up with them. And it didn't matter how much they have now.
Hmm.
It actually just reminds me of another show I did many years ago of a woman whose brother was a co-owner of the Lakers.
Oh,
And she was into aromatherapy and herbs and etc. But their mother had died of cancer, and she was determined she wasn't going to go that way. Well, they both got cancer, different types of cancer at the same time. He went with what money could buy him. They botched the first operation. He had four more, and they ended up killing him.
oh, wow.
And she went an old Indian method called the two feathers, but she literally brought out 18 growths out of her body and cured
Really?
herself in that way. And it's like
Mm.
the approach to everything, you don't want to get there to that point where now you're having to throw all the money at it or throw yourself on doctors that may or may not save you. Yes, they've saved many, but
Yes.
just it all depends on what level you're at. We need to prevent that from happening. We
Yeah.
need to
Yeah.
do the preventative work by keeping our body optimized, really healthy, so we don't go down that road. Whether it's
Hmm.
cancer,
Very much
heart
so.
disease, or anything else, it's really, really important. So I think is please put your health first. Your wealth
Yeah.
will come, but please put your health first.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Because if you don't have your health first, you cannot get the wealth for a start.
Yes.
And you can't help other people. You
No.
can't serve and help other people in this world
Nope.
because you can't even help yourself then.
Exactly. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So again, your email address is?
Pat Little 555 at gmail.com.
And of course, you are on Facebook as well. People can reach out to you there.
Yeah,
Facebook,
I'm there.
Pat Little 58,
Yeah,
LinkedIn, Pat Little
I'm
Life
on LinkedIn.
Vantage.
Hmm.
And of course, you've got your my card, formycard.net with Pat Little, which also
Hmm.
has all of your information on it, but also patlittle.lifevantage.com, where then go straight to the company and the
Yeah.
products as well. But reach out, have a chat with you, look at what the products are.
Hmm.
And please, folks, every single one of us has had an awful lot of wear and tear on us stressfully over the last few years.
Hmm.
And this isn't going to go away anytime soon. We are going to go into recession. We're going to go into this and that. And if we don't invest in our own health, doesn't matter how we think we're going to financially get out of trouble. We're not going to if our health is suffering.
Hmm.
Invest in your health, which will automatically invest in your wealth.
Hmm.
Right? But be willing to open that door, to investigate, to ask the questions, and be willing to invest in yourself. Please, please. Nobody
Hmm.
else is going to invest in you until you invest in yourself.
Yeah, it's very, very true. Hmm.
Thank you so much for sharing here with us, Pat.
Well, thank you very much for being with me. I've really enjoyed us together. Thank you.
Folks, there's always an answer. Yes, there's a lot of companies out there. Yes, you're bombarded with this one and that one, especially
Yeah.
Facebook and everywhere else. But unless you're willing to have the sit down, the chat to chat, and really look at what the company stands for and realize this isn't a supplement. This is something that rejuvenates. It works with the body to rejuvenate the body, to optimize the body to its own natural state. And this is
Hmm.
all the body needs is a little help. And while it's busy helping you, it can help your wallet as well, and maybe even
Hmm.
help your meaningful purpose on your journey of life. Who knows?
Hmm.
Be
Yeah, who
willing to.
knows?
Who knows? Be willing to open the door.
Hmm.
Until next time, folks. Bye for now. We hope that you enjoyed the show. Find all of our shows on selfdiscoverymedia.com under podcasts or selfdiscoverymedia/shows. And for all our current shows, go to What's New. We are supported by you, the audience. You'll see a nice big shiny blue button for one-time donations or follow us on Patreon and you will be able to support us there. We enjoy bringing you such wisdom. And the next show will be up in just a moment.